Hello everyone, good day and God bless. I just wanted to do a quick video tutorial of what we did this week. Now, it was really good seeing you guys and everyone did a really good job. What we're going to do is we're just going to touch base on some of the highlights of the class. We did, for the beginners, we did the warm-up, which was the 1-3-5. You're hitting all the strings, but you're concerned with the 1st fret, 3rd fret, and 5th fret of each of the strings. Then we did the half step exercise where you're pressing the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th frets of each of the strings. Okay, and then we went on to doing the G major scale. The numbers were 3-5, 2-3-5, 2-4-5, 2-4-5, 3-5, 2-3. Okay. We then went on to doing the arpeggio, the G major arpeggio. The first number was the 3rd, or the G. The 3rd fret would be on your 6th string. And then on your 5th string, it's 2 and 5. And then your 4th string is fret number 5. And then you do it backwards. Okay. We then went on to doing the G major chord, the open position, where you're placing your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Your middle finger is placed on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your pinky is placed on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. And the root, again, would be on your 6th string, and you strum that. Okay. We then, well, from this position, the reason we played it this way is because if you wanted to do a chord transition or transition into another chord, let's say the chord was a C that you wanted to do, from this G major position, you would just bring everything down a string, and lift up your pinky and press down on the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and you just see the fingers are already there. It's already there. Easy transition. So that's why I showed you how to do the G major that way. But you can also do the G major this way. You can have your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. Your pointer finger will be on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and your pinky will be on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Again. So you have that. Okay. Now there was another way of playing that chord where we barred the 3rd fret. Now when we barred the 3rd fret, what I told you guys to do is just a little subtle thing that I shared with you guys, is you're just going to turn your 1st finger just a little bit sideways, so that you're turning it sideways, so you're applying pressure on the inside of the of your 1st finger. That will give you more of a grip and a strong hold on the neck of the guitar. You can apply more pressure there. On the back of the guitar, on the neck, you want your thumb to be on the center of the neck of the guitar. That way you're aligned and you get more the appropriate pressure that you need for this chord. So you're barring the 3rd fret, the entire 3rd fret, all of the strings. And then you're going to place your ring finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. You're going to place your pinky on the 5th fret of the 4th string. And then you're going to press your middle finger, press. You're going to press your 4th fret, 3rd string with your middle finger. Okay? So it should look this way. Again, 5th fret with the ring finger with the 5th string, 5th fret with the pinky on your 4th string. 3rd string, you're going to press down on the 4th fret with the middle finger. And it should sound this way. Okay. For the chords, I was using the terms the root of the chord. The root of the chord is that heaviest G, or the heaviest octave of the G, or the lowest octave of the G. When you're applying pressure on your 6th string, that's your root. That's a G. And your 1st string, 3rd fret, that's also a G. Okay? Because the 1st and the 6th string, right? The 1st and the 6th string are the same. And the E this is just a lower octave of the E, and this is a higher octave of an E. So your root will be the same on your 1st string. So that's the way it would sound. This is the G when you're using your root from your 6th string. Okay. From that point, before I forget, for Arash, Armand, and Chris, we were going over the sweep, the G major 7th sweep. Okay, so that should look that way, or you can do it that way. If you don't want to play the G there, you can just play your 3 strings there, and you just sweep downward. Or do that if you want to, right? If you want to play just different ideas, just do different things. But that's a nice, pretty phrase that you can use off of the G major 7th. Even if you're playing in the key of G, you could still use it. Key of C, you could still use it if you wanted to. You just have to be kind of clever. All right, so that was the position that we used. And that's the G major 7th sweep. Okay, so we covered that. Now we went on to doing the C major scale. C major scale was basically very similar, the 1st octave, to the G major. So the numbers were 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5. 2nd octave would have been 7, right, on your 3rd string, and then it would be 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. All right, so the numbers all together would be 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 2, 4, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8, 5, 7, 8. All right, so we'll look this way. And then you would do it backwards. Okay, if you're going to do the arpeggio is going to be the same as the G major scale. All you're doing is you're starting off on your 5th string and not your 6th string. The 5th string would be 3, 2, 5. Right, you're starting on your 3rd fret. Your 4th string, you're going to do 2, fret number 2, and fret number 5. And then the 3rd string is fret number 5. And you do it backwards. So okay, so that is the C major arpeggio that we worked on. Okay, so the other thing that we did with that, with the C major scale, is we used the root on your 8th fret of your 6th string, and we did the scale there. It would be the same shape as the G major. So you would start here. The reason I showed some of you guys this is for the sweep, the C major 7th sweep. That setup is right there. So it would be okay. The C major 7th sweep, of course, that would start on your 7th fret, right? Just like that. Your 1st finger on the 7th fret of the 1st string, your middle finger on the 8th fret of the 2nd string, your ring finger will be on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and your pinky would be on the 10th fret of the 4th string. You could do a lot of interesting things there. And so that was the C major 7th sweep for Arash, Armand, and Chris. Play around with that and alternate between the G major 7th and the C major 7th. Try and come up with something. Okay, So we did that. We did the arpeggios there. We did, oh, also the chords. Okay, so we know the chords for the C major or the C chord would be in the open position here, right? We did that. So your third fret would be your ring finger on your fifth string. Fifth string, third fret would be the ring finger. Your fourth string, second fret would be the middle finger. And on the second string, you're going to press the first fret with your pointer finger. So that's the C. And you're just pressing from your start, you're going to strike the fifth string down because that third fret of your fifth string, that's the C. And so that's your root. Okay, so you're concerned with that. All right. Now, I showed you another position for doing the C. And that's, again, you're going to be at the third fret of your fifth string, fourth, third, second, and first. You don't have to play your sixth string at all because you're not going to use that. You're going to put your middle finger on the fifth fret of the fourth string. Your ring finger is going to go on the fifth fret of the third string, and your pinky is going to go on the fifth fret of the second string. You're going to strike the fifth string down, right? And that's the bar chord for the C from the fifth string position. Okay, now some people, like I mentioned in the class, will also bar the fifth fret starting from the fourth string down. They just won't play the first string. And that's for like the pop song. I'll do stuff like that. Okay, so that takes care of the C. The next thing that we went on to doing was the A pentatonic. The A pentatonic, penta, 5, right? So one octave is 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, but I added something in there. So when we do 2 octaves, there's like another note that I added in there, just for me, but I made it a habit, and so it kind of fits when you hear it. So it's, okay, so technically it would be, that's what it would be, right? So I just kind of added a few notes there. So that's why we do it that way. So the notes would have been 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-8. Okay? 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, 5-8, 5-8. Okay, if you're feeling daring with that, what we also did with the few of you guys, we did 5-8, 5-6-7, 5-8, 5-7-8, 5-8, 5-8. You can do that. Or you can go 5-8, 5-6-7, 5-8, 5-7-8, 5-7-8, 5-7-8. Do a couple of things with that. Okay, so that was the pentatonic. We're only going to do one octave of the next few scales. One octave of the natural minor, the A natural minor. It's 5-7-8, 5-7-8, 5-7. Little vibrato there. So 5-7-8 on your sixth string, 5-7-8 on the fifth string, and 5-7 on your fourth string. Okay? Your assignment, if you want to, challenge yourselves and find the next octave using the charts and the graphs that I compiled for you guys. Just try to find that next octave. Okay? You can find them here. I'll give you a hint. Or you can find it in this section too. Okay? So that's the natural minor. The harmonic minor would be this way. Okay, so you're just going to sharpen, so you're 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to sharpen your, so we hit your your seventh note will be sharpened, okay? So your seventh note was a G, so you're going to make that a G sharp, and you go into the A. Okay, so 5, 7, 8 again, 6, 7. I mean 7, 8. Right, so 7, 8. And then you could figure out what the next octave would be. It's on the charts, but there's a couple of different spots you can play with from this position. So again, 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 7, 8. I'm saying 7, 8 for the notes of the scale, but the fret number would be 6, 7. Okay? Fret numbers 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8, 6, 7. Okay? I don't want to confuse you on that. Okay, so that was the natural minor and the harmonic minor. The minor chord from a barred position, from the 6th string, you're going to bar your 5th fret. And turning the finger like we mentioned earlier, you're going to put your ring finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string and your pinky on the 7th fret of the 4th string. And okay, that is an A minor. Okay. Now we did a little chord progression. I'm going to show you something here too. Let's say, okay, I showed you guys how to do the C major this way and the C major that way. Okay, let's say we had to do a D minor. D minor. Okay, slide everything over from that position, that C major position, barred, slide it over a whole step so that your ring finger is barring the 5th fret from the 5th string down. Now, your fingers are going to do this. You're going to lift up your fingers. You're going to put your middle finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. Your pinky is going to go on the 7th fret of the 3rd string, and your ring finger is going to go on the 7th fret of the 4th string. You're going to hit the 5th string down. That's a D minor. That's a D minor. All right. If we were going to go a whole step over, that would be an E minor. Right? Now, remember what we did when I just showed you the A minor. Remember that position. Because this is an A minor. If I were to go a whole step, that would be a B minor. Okay. Now, the song that we did started on E minor. The E minor. Barring from the 5th string down. So, and then we went up to an E minor. Now, when we did the E minor, if you do this position, that's a full E minor, but if you lift up your pinky, that is an E minor 7th. All right? So we went E minor, and then we came up, and now we're at a B minor 7th. Then we went to a D minor, and then we went up to an A minor 7th. Now we're going to make this a little bit lighter on the E minor and the D minor. We're going to do an E minor here, right? Now instead of doing the E minor, we're going to lift our pinky up again. That's an E minor 7th. See that? And then you're going to go to the B minor 7th. And then you're going to do a D minor 7th. And then you're going to do an A minor 7th. And I'm just kind of giving a percussion to it. You could just strum. You don't have to hit. It's part of the style that I do. But just strum it, okay? And the little leads that we were doing, or the little melodies that we were doing for Kayla and Garrett, you guys were just going. That's all you were doing. All you're concerned with is just the fifth fret first string, 1, 2, 3, or 1 and up, and you're going to do your 8th fret second string, and then you're going to do your 5th fret of the second string, and then you're going to do your 7th fret of your 3rd string. Now you don't have to do on that last note. You can just hit a single note and play around with it. And you can add to that melody if you want. It was just an idea. So those are the basic highlights of what we did in the class. If you guys have any questions, just leave a message in the comment section or email me. All right, practice, and I can't wait to see what we come up with in the next class. God bless.